I mean, it's a good freeze frame.
It is. It's like his perfect clay
purpose.
face.
I mean, it's resting bitch face at its height.
Oh goodness, poor Clay. All right. I wonder is my mic? Is there something wrong with my mic?
No,
No,
it
your
just sounds
mic's
like your
fine.
volume's a little low, but maybe it's just me.
Desktop microphone.
I'm back.
I did turn. Yay! I did turn off echo cancellation. My volume's up all the way on my end, and then even over here, I'm turned up.
Maybe it's just me.
So I don't.
It's a little low.
Let me automatically adjust. Does that sound a little bit better?
Your mic's fine.
Should I go a little bit louder? Is that good? Okay.
Yeah,
Just
you're son.
set on auto. And perfect time for Clay to make his way back to the stage. Let's hear it, sir.
Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. Sorry.
Wow, that was a weak ending. Absolutely pathetic. Just terrible. Okay. The question again.
I never
we're
expected yodeling to become part of his brand.
It is a part. It's
Don't
part of
think he did either.
Mama's. It's part of
I'm not
Mama's
surprised.
branded.
I'm not surprised.
It's part of the Mama Mater community. All right, Mama says things need to happen, and Jason finances Mama's wishes, and the rest of the community applauds it and laughs. So it's beautiful. Should ICE, as an agency under DHS, be abolished or significantly defunded or under a Democratic admin? I'm guessing administration. We're going to go around the room. Everyone's going to say yes or no, and then we'll get into the fight. Ant, yes or no?
No.
Clay?
No.
Squatch?
No.
Fight?
New.
Effigy?
Yes, get rid of it.
Ryan?
Wait, are we? Can I give more than just a yes?
Just a yes or no, then we'll get into it.
A
maybe is okay.
Mostly yes. Mostly yes.
Okay. Obstacles?
No.
Reese?
No.
Ms. Potts?
Definitely no.
All right, so we got 2 against the rest, so be mindful their voices are going to be small compared to the rest of yours, so please be mindful of that as they are trying to fight the fight. All right, Ryan, it sounded like you already had something to say. Go ahead, throw it in there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily completely attached to like completely dismantling, defunding ICE. Although I mean, I think it might be the right call. I mean, ICE has a long history of like huge issues, but I definitely think that we should have extensive investigations for all the people who are potentially doing human rights abuses right now, and they should be tried and charged. And the reality is that just following orders is not a defense for human rights abuses. So if you are a member of ICE, I encourage you to think about that when you're out there and think about what you're doing. And if and when Democrats get back into power, I think that you should be charged and you should get a fair trial, the thing that you may have refused plenty of other people. But I think we'll see what happens to you. And hopefully, you didn't break any major laws and you survive well,
You want to have some pushback on that?
I'll actually kind of defend Ryan here. Big shocker. I'm not going to shame him for his opinion, because holding people to account, this place government employees are responsible for their actions. That's not the same as defunding. So defunding ICE is as dumb and backwards as wanting to defund the police. Like the police, they should be held accountable if they end up breaking the law, or, to use his language, violating people's human rights. So I actually agree with him there. But the idea that ICE should be defunded, first of all, ICE serves a purpose. It's needed because of the idiot who was in the White House just a few months ago, Biden. So ICE is more necessary than ever. They should get funding, but yeah, the human rights should be respected, of course, and I actually agree with him there. But he said that he said mostly yes, he agrees they should be defunded. That idea is moronic.
When are you going to stop blaming the American presidents for your issues?
I just defended Trump. I just defended Trump.
No, you seem to be blaming American presidents for whatever you got going on in your head.
No, I talk. Well,
no, you said the guy that was in power 3 or 4 months ago.
Clay, yeah, I use that in the context of Biden opened the borders. There's
Yeah,
more
so
illegals than
Biden
ever.
is
so
your,
ICE is
like,
necessary. ICE is
does he-
necessary.
Does he own real estate in your head? Yes. The answer
No,
is yes.
What are you
he
getting at?
opened the borders, so ICE is necessary. That's what
And
I
it
was
doesn't
talking
even
about.
affect you.
So can I not comment on American politics?
But no, it doesn't affect
I'd rather
you.
you didn't, but okay.
Can I not comment on American politics?
You're more than welcome to, but you keep blaming Biden or whatever president seems to suit your purpose for this issue.
I'll blame
It's
Biden,
not
I'll
just
blame
the
Trump, I'll blame
president.
some-
Listen, my friend. This is the problem that you're having. It's not just the president. It is also each one of these individual agents within these executive branches.
And I just said that.
You don't
If-
understand that.
if-
You
if
keep
an
blaming
agent-
Biden.
If an agent, no, I said that ICE is necessary because of Biden's policies. But if an agent breaks the law or violates somebody's
No,
human rights,
it's not
they
the
should be
policy.
held
Listen.
accountable.
Listen, my friend. Okay, the Constitution. When these officers are sworn in, they swear an oath to the Constitution, not to the president, Biden.
Okay, you're kind of harping on
Well, I mean,
semantics.
the president is chief executive, and the
I know
police
where you're
force
going.
is a branch of the executive office.
It's fair. It's
And
fair. I get it.
I'm just saying, dude, like the buck
You're
has to stop somewhere, and the top's a pretty good place to hang it.
I do agree, but the president is subject to the Constitution as well. So
Also, his examples of Biden doing whatever, opening the borders, as he puts it, is him changing one policy that Trump had, the Remain in Mexico policy, and also some quote that he allegedly said on the campaign trail. These are this is Biden open the
It's not
borders. This is
alleged
his
he
strongest
did
evidence
say
of
it.
that. It's pathetic.
It's
dude.
not alleged he did say it.
Did it result in more immigrant-
It's like 15 seconds.
Undocumented.
100%.
No, it results in
Right.
more asylum
How did-
seekers.
How did 10 million
Yeah, which is
illegals
different.
get
It's
through
what
the
they're
border?
talking about.
Interesting.
This entire conversation is about the asylum laws and how Trump's executive orders changed those, and then Biden undid them and just went back to what was legislated.
Funny.
So-
because I thought it was about whether or not we wanted ICE to be more succinct in their rounding up, not whatever.
I mean, what they were just talking about.
well, in all fairness, FNG
May
did
I
say get
jump
rid of
in
ICE.
real quick?
So-
Yeah, sure.
on this? I guess here's how I look at it when it comes to ICE. I think a lot of people have this misconception that the only thing that ICE does is enforcement of immigration and customs, right? That's actually a small portion of what they do. And there's a large portion of what ICE does that actually they're in the business of rescuing people who are trafficked, especially children.
And women.
And you can look up the percentages of the amount of human trafficking rings and child trafficking rings that ICE themselves have been in charge of busting up along with the U.S. Marshal Service. So I know a lot of people have this idea of like abolishing ICE because they think the only thing ICE is doing is just rounding up brown people for no reason. And that's actually not the majority of what they do. Is it part of what they do? Yes. But a large majority is literally rescuing women and children who are trafficked for either labor, sex, whatever. And I don't think we should ever abolish something like that. I
think we
don't
should keep them
understand why
focused on
you wouldn't be in favor of.
We should keep them focused on that instead of racially profiling and deporting people who have been here for like 15,
No,
20
because
years.
part of their
Ridiculous.
job is also enforcement. It's enforcement of immigration and customs. So if you are unfortunately
Look.
here illegally, you have overstayed a visa, you never showed back up for court, you did not come through proper channels. That is not our fault.
My problem with
not
ICE
the
and the
fault
reason
of
I
the
say
state
get rid of
to
it.
Jump
It's
in
not the
for
fault.
just a moment, if I may. Whoever's typing, stop. Backstage, I do have Joshua Stacy and KJV hanging out backstage, waiting to join the panel. And you know what to do if you want them on. You got to boot someone else off. And Rowdy Gowdy, I don't know who you are, but you have to cam up backstage real quick for me. You can cam back down once you're done, but you can't. Oh, okay, got you. Thank you. You're good. So I will add to the list. Rowdy Gowdy is next in line. Joshua Stacy, then KJV, Saint for life. hanging out backstage. Jason also sends money on the Buy Me a Coffee app and said, let's charge Antifa like Ryan suggested. We just charged 5 with terrorism in Texas.
I'm not opposed to charging people with terroristic acts if they engage in them, but when you say charge Antifa, it sounds like you're talking about some sort of broad collective punishment type beat, and that I'm not going to get on board with, even though Republicans are obsessed with this sort of thing right now.
Obsessed with their boogeyman.
Like everybody.
It's because of what Antifa does.
So
I
my
agree.
curiosity about
What
this,
opposed
I'm
fascist?
Antifa. I'm
this,
anti-fascist.
this argument from the ICE, and look, I don't want ICE to be gone because I do believe that they serve a purpose. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay, so the purpose of ICE should fall in line with it being a federal agency. Have you ever asked yourself this question particularly, why is local law enforcement not handling these human trafficking problems in their counties, in their cities, in their states? Why is it that federal government agents need to step in? And I'll answer that for you if you have never asked that question. It's because they themselves are involved, or they are complacent, or they are negligent. One of the three.
Or
Okay?
it's RICO, or it might be because it falls under RICO purview.
And in places like Chicago, you've got a mayor openly saying that criminals shouldn't be arrested. So somebody needs to step in.
But regardless of the reason, why is it that federal agents are stepping in? It's because the local law enforcements, I put quotes around that, these peace officers are not doing their job. They're not upholding the people's rights. They're not honoring their oath. And so if it was the case that the people were doing their jobs in the states where they are, or in the state or in the counties or in the cities where they are, then these federal agents would not need to step in. So why is it that the people are not doing what they are required to do to protect their cities, their counties, their states? My question.
Tom Carpenter, how the hell have you been? You missed our fun show last night. I think you would have enjoyed it. He sends a big 20 and says, Miss Potts, shh. You're not in line with the zeitgeist. Also, how are you all? And Tom, is that a boot? Can you confirm in chat if that's a boot? I think that is. If it is Miss Potts, I just put you back in line backstage, and then I bring the next person up and just hang back in line. The panel does move fast.
Actually,
once
I gotta
people
go
start-
anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair. Fair enough.
Let
Did
me
you
make
wanna
a
say-
comment.
Nobody
real
has
quick,
to
and
boot
I'll
me.
leave.
No, nobody
He
has to
did
boot
say-
anybody
he
or
did
anything. I gotta
confirm-
go.
Hold on. He did confirm that it was not a boot. But if you want to say your final words or anything before you head out, that's perfectly. The floor is yours, my darling.
Oh yeah, no, I just wanted to say I appreciate you always having me. Love being here. ICE, go harder. We're here for you. America, baby.
America, fuck
Babe.
yeah.
Nice
Well, thanks
meeting you,
for
Miss
stopping
Potts.
by tonight, Miss Potts. We appreciate you.
I want to say something about the
You know
top-
I love Mama Tomato. I only come for Mama Tomato.
I told her, I said, more people like you than me, Mom. Fair
No.
enough.
Love you to death. You guys are awesome, though. Seriously, I love having a conversation. I know Ryan gets really upset. I don't know why, but it's just a conversation. But I
Yeah,
really hope
having empathy
everybody
for human
thinks about,
beings
you
is,
know, the
It's
fact
an
that
SJW. SJWs get offended over everything.
I'm
I
not
just
offended
hope
by anything
everybody
here.
considers the
I just-
fact that, a lot of what ICE does is actually really good for us, and it's good for children, and it's good for women, and we should support that. And I know that from
I agree.
personal experience. So
We should
Have a
support those
great
things
night,
and not the
everybody.
racial profiling.
Oh.
Also, I wanted to say something about. I looked up that court case you referenced earlier, Ryan. Supreme Court did issue an injunction against most of it. The only thing it applies to are the 8 original. What's the term for it? The people named in 8 people named in the complaint that said that they were violated. That's all that ruling applies to now. Going forward, government basically can do what they were doing.
Wait, so you acknowledge that they were deporting people without
No,
due
I
process,
acknowledge that there's a court case and that
and the federal courts ruled that they did that, and then the Supreme Court upheld they did that, at least in some cases?
No, the Supreme Court effectively resolved the case in the government's favor for future actions, but it did not retroactively nullify the violation, finding, or remedies for the specific deportees. That's it.
No,
That's
for
8 people,
Kilmar,
Ryan.
it did. They were advised to bring him back, or at least try to.
They
right?
did bring him
So
back.
the difference was whether or not they like the wording of how they were supposed to, like, whether they could like explicitly like basically force El Salvador to bring him back, or whether they should like ask for him to come back. It was specific wording. I don't remember, but
I don't remember either. As I understand it, though,
Okay.
they did return him eventually.
Fair enough.
yeah, after 3 months of pressure. Yeah, and also over that
And
period.
they shouldn't
Right.
have. He should still be
Put
in
a
El
time
Salvador.
cap on that.
Clear.
Well, I mean, that's because you don't care about the Constitution or our laws. But
Oh, I
in reality,
do.
what
I
happened
care very
was
much about
that
it,
in
but
reality, what happened was over 3 months there was
I care
pressure,
about
and Trump multiple
Americans,
times,
not
and Trump
people
multiple
worldwide.
times said that he could bring Kilmar back, but he said he wasn't going to do it. So
and he shouldn't have.
Import
On
disagrees
that
with you.
note, Jason says, if Ryan and Effigy were net positive taxpayers, they'd understand why people want the illegals gone, and you are both welcome to respond to that.
I don't think anyone mistakes someone trying to dick measure with money with being a good person.
I love it when people dick measure with money. Ryan, did you want
I
to
mean,
respond?
it's just a brain dead take. I mean, what am I supposed to say to it?
Fair enough.
Sounds like something
All
a
right.
poor would say.
All right, let's shift it over a little bit. Let's go hard or go home. Is President Trump Islamophobic?
We should all be Islamophobic.
Wait, are we going to go around and everyone says?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Ryan. I totally was like waiting for me, myself, and I to redirect the panel. Ant, yes or no?
No, I was being hyperbolic, but I'll explain my position more thoroughly.
Fair enough. Clay, yes or no?
I don't know.
Caucasian? Caucasian's taking a shit. Fight?
No, he's just realistic.
Effigy?
No, actually, I don't think he's one enough of a Christian or to care enough about ideology. I think he's a grifter through and through, and all he cares about is money. And those Saudi Arabian people got money.
Ryan?
Yeah, there's something to what Effigy's saying, but also he did declare he was going to put in a Muslim ban. He asked Rudy Giuliani how to do it legally, and then he tried to do it legally until the Supreme Court turned it down. So yeah, of course.
Obstacles? Oh, you are
muted.
muted, sir. I'm sorry. I thought I was waiting for you still.
He's on a phone call.
Oh, we'll pass. Reese, yes or no?
No, I think Trump is the new Jesus.
Oh boy, you just had to go there.
Yep. Right.
put 'em on
Rowdy,
a cross,
yes.
right?
Rowdy, yes or no?
No, but just for fun, can you say exactly what the question is again?
Oh, sure. Is President Trump Islamophobic?
Okay, then no.
Okay. All right. Go.
So my first question to anyone who said no is: did Donald Trump not declare that he wanted to ban all Muslim immigrants from entering the country until they figured out what the hell was going on, quote unquote? Did that not happen?
Is this the first term you're talking about?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the list
no,
of
he
7
was-
nations that
he was-
Obama
No, we
suggested?
haven't got there.
Wait,
We haven't got there.
can
God's favorite
wait,
aunt.
can I-
Yeah.
Well, I was,
Go fight for it.
I'll just quickly answer. No, because that was a list of countries that were on the terrorist watch list.
Okay, so
Also, one of
just
those
before
countries is North Korea. Is North Korea a Muslim nation, Ryan?
Exactly.
so
North
you guys,
Korea is
so to be clear, first of all, you guys are jumping ahead. You guys are jumping ahead to the actual ban. What the question I asked was not did Trump do a Muslim ban. What I asked was did Trump say that he was trying to ban Muslims until they figure out what was going on? Did that not happen?
Where do you, you'll have to refresh my memory on that
No,
one.
There's
he was
video of him.
talking-
Well, I can tell you. I'll answer the question then. Yes, he did say. He said Donald Trump is calling for an all-out ban on Muslims entering the country until he can figure out what the hell is going on. These are his exact words. There's video of it. Just watched it the other day, actually.
I think that's sensible considering the extremists we get from some of the African and Middle Eastern countries.
It was
We have
specifically
one saying his Islamophobia is justified.
All right. Ryan, I'll give you two examples. He didn't mention countries like Egypt. He also wasn't talking about all Muslim countries. He was talking about countries that had a radical jihad problem because at the time he took office the first time, there were there was more Islamic terrorism going on than ever, mostly because Obama was funding ISIS. And as soon as Trump put a stop to that, radical jihad, it didn't go away, but it
Fuck out of here,
got
man.
reduced.
Come on.
Okay,
should we have another
so-
1,500 Americans
to the-
die because you're squeamish about enforcing, about
since
being.
since we're moving on to the actual ban, we can talk about that, right? So what actually happened is that Trump did he did ask Rudy Giuliani how he could do a Muslim ban legally after he announced that he was going to do that, and Rudy Giuliani pointed to this list of countries from the Obama era that you guys are talking about now, and he said this is one way we could do something like a Muslim ban. We can't just ban Muslims because that would obviously be unconstitutional. And in reality, the ban he did do on those 7 countries did end up being unconstitutional, and the Supreme Court struck it down after a week. So that's what actually happened.
What part of the
And
Constitution
James
says we have to
sends-
receive anyone and
And
everyone?
James sends in the Big Ten to say, since Ryan and his communist friends are already threatening ICE agents with prosecution if they take power back, Trump should just preemptory pardon them all.
Wow.
Since I was mentioned here, let me respond first. So
He's going to anyway.
What I literally said was that they should get trials, and if they broke laws, they should be convicted for breaking those laws. If you have a problem with them being convicted for crimes that they actually did, and you want to pardon them for that, well, I mean, I think it's just a self-report, right?
Anyone
Also,
else
you
have a
can't
thought to add
pardon
to that?
state
Ban?
crimes.
Did he actually say that? Muslim ban?
He said, "I'm calling for an all-out ban on Muslims entering the country."
Muslims?
Yes, those are his words. Yes.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, okay, I'll find the clip in the back. Yeah, hang on.
No, I do vaguely remember him saying that. Just so you know, I do.
Oh,
And I don't even follow this kind of stuff
that's a
hardly.
little crazy. I've heard Trump say some crazy stuff, but that's out there.
Yeah, I vaguely remember him saying something like that though.
Because what happens
Just sit in the
often is
back.
when you get a clip of Donald Trump and it sounds like he's saying something bad, they'll remove all of the context that led up to the actual statement he made, and literally by default they'd be telling a lie. And they've done this literally hundreds of times, and that should make you wonder why. What's their motive to do that? I think I know what it is.
I think he just actually says dumb shit all the
Come on,
time.
I mean,
Actually,
Hold on.
It's the
Everybody-
internet age, man. You can
why
get the
Donald Trump
full
ran in
context
the first-
anytime you want.
Hold up.
Go
Everybody
ahead,
forgot
Reese.
the reason why he ran in the first place. Donald Trump ran for
To get richer.
office to take child sex trafficking to war across the earth, and that was the only reason. All that other shit came with the
Mhm.
job. Everybody
How's that going?
overlooked that in his inaugural speech. They paid attention to all the bullshit and fluff, but what the main reason was to combat child sex trafficking all over the earth. Long list of people who never did that: Jesus Christ, Prophet Muhammad, the Dalai Lama, Malcolm X. Nobody ever gave a fuck about the kids. First man ever lived. They cared about the children of the world. That's another reason why ICE shouldn't go anywhere. If ICE,
First man that ever lived.
watch this.
All right.
If ICE is saving children and women from trafficking.
no, they're not.
Right? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. If they're saving women and children from trafficking, anything else attached to that does not matter. That's a sacrifice that we make for the children because they come first, the children of the world. All those other arguments the adults are having are selfish. And what could be more evil than this? For the Democrats to put together a plot for the sole reason to have child sex trafficking and women trafficked and hide that under the umbrella of, what do they call that shit? Asylum? How evil is that?
The fuck are you talking about?
To hide the real reason. Because everyone knew before any of them were in office that most of the child trafficking done in the world is done through the Mexican border. Everyone knew that. But you
I just
didn't
want
know
all-
the wall. What?
I just want all of MAGA to recognize that this is what you sound like all the time.
It doesn't matter. The children are the only thing that matters.
No,
That's
it's
it.
Speaking of children that matter, Jason sends the 20 and he wants me to split it between Effigy and Ryan. Who's yelling in the background? Calm your children down.
Pathetic as usual, but it is what it is. I'll see you guys in 10 minutes then.
See you in just a bit. We do have a full house backstage, so Ryan and Effigy are going to hang back in line, and
I'll
I'm going to bring
be
the
up a slot.
next
I just want to hang out
to-
for a little while.
up. Do you want to say your final goodbyes?
No,
You
I
don't
just-
have to go anywhere. That's
No.
part of the. You're ruining the grift. And if you hold the seat.
Grift harder.
All right. And backstage, I do still have Trippy Cast, wait, who was up next? Fatty, you are not up next. KJV is up next. My apologies. The line got mixed up. I do still have backstage Uncle Fatty and Trippy. So send your love in for them. And Tom says, what is the level of action or word that reaches the level of phobic for any category? Hint, the things labeled as such almost never do. It is hijacked term from psychology used as pejorative.
Well, it depends on context. Like what Trump recently said about Somalians, he was saying it specifically about Somalians, whether they're Muslim, whether they're Christian, etc., etc. So to say is he Islamophobic? He's wary of Islam, but he's not constantly saying, "Oh, screw Islam, screw any Muslim." So, and Trump is the kind of guy who would have no problem saying that. So he's not saying all Muslims are terrorists. So he's not Islamophobic.
I challenge that being Islamophobic is a rational reaction
Well, then it's not a phobia.
to some of the more extreme Islamists.
The part that gets left off of phobias most often is the irrational fear or disgust of something. If you have rationalizations for why you don't like something, then it's not a phobia.
All right, you got me.
And allow me to we're going to take a moment. I got to put everyone backstage for just a second, except for Ryan. I need you up on stage, sir. You have to fight for your life, Ryan. Okay. Jason has sent not one, but $200 for the full boot. So you have to plea to the audience to buy you back. He says, "Bye, Ryan. I love upsetting broke liberals who are jealous of success." Now, I will give you the floor, and I will give you a full 4 minutes if you need it to plea your case and beg them to keep you back on, because that's pretty steep for a boot this early. So you take all the time you need, and I will go backstage myself and give you the floor.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna plead shit. Eat my ass, fucking loser. You just don't want to hear me argue against the dumb things you want to say. You want a circle jerk. Very common here, happens all the time. I don't know. Enjoy the circle jerk. Fucking pathetic loser shit, but whatever. I'm not gonna get on my knees and suck your dick for it. I'm just gonna bounce. So thanks for having me, Sarah. Thanks for having me, everyone. And I'm gonna end it on my channel.
Ryan.